Hello everyone, it's that college football guy here with another video. It's time for the Saturday prediction show for the 9 games we have today. 8 conference championship games plus a makeup game. First and foremost, let's get the housekeeping right. Everybody, please smash the like button. It helps with the algorithm. It helps with the analytics. It helps the video to be seen by more people on YouTube. Comment on the video. Love interacting with everybody. Had some great questions that have come up with certain people. Keep them up. Keep those comments coming in. And subscribe to the channel. Just crossed 200 on our way to 300. All right. First game, we're talking about 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All times Eastern. We've got the MAC Championship. Toledo at Ohio. Toledo is a 1.5-point road favorite. Playing at Ohio. Ohio, Curtis Rourke, their starting QB. He was out last week. Excuse me, was out injured, and he's out for the rest of the season. And C.J. Harris came in and played phenomenal last week in duty and got them a big win. So Toledo's the favorite. Everybody's expecting Toledo to get the win, but you know what? I like what I saw on C.J. last week. I think it's going to happen again. I'm going with the Sharks, who picks Ohio to upset Toledo to win, even though Toledo's the favorite. Ohio's going to win the MAC championship. Now we got the Big 12 championship. Kansas State at TCU. TCU's a 2.5-point favorite. Yeah, you heard me right. Just a 2.5-point favorite. A lot of Kansas State players, including the starting QB, everybody was injured in that game, and TCU barely won. TCU is running on all cylinders. The Sharks are saying they're going to win. They're going to win. They're going to blow them out. Why you're only favored by 2.5? You get 3 for being at home. I think this is the time, now that you have to face somebody for the second time. This is where it comes to bite them. I'm going against the Sharks. I'm going against the spread. And I'm picking Kansas State to win the Big 12 championship. So that's my upset. One of my 2 upset specials. You know, it's not really that much of an upset considering it's 2.5 points. But anyway, I'm picking Kansas State to win the Big 12 championship. 3 p.m. Eastern. Okay, I did a video about New Mexico State, how they asked for a waiver because they were scheduled to play San Jose State, but unfortunately due to the death of a player, that game was canceled. If you play more than 2 of the FCS teams, you're not bowl eligible. So you play because they tried to schedule an FBS opponent, but nobody would agree. So they couldn't find anybody, so they asked for a waiver. Could they schedule a 3rd FCS opponent to be bowl eligible because of this situation? Well, the NCAA said yes. So Valparaiso from the FCS is traveling to New Mexico State to play New Mexico State. Mexico State is a 30.5-point favorite. Yeah. First off, Mexico State, who's been a drum to get beat on by everybody, is the one when they bowl eligible, and they're a 30.5-point favorite in their final game of the year. Valparaiso has had trouble scoring. New Mexico State's on a mission to become bowl eligible for the first time, and I don't know how long. I'll look that up. But the problem with Mexico State is I think they're going to be excited. They're going to win it. They're going to bring in the backups, and Valpo is going to actually catch up a little bit. So I'm picking New Mexico State to win, but that 30.5 points, I'm not buying it. Maybe 17, but they're going to win, but they're not going to cover that big spread. All right, 3:30 Eastern, the Sun Belt Championship, Coastal Carolina at Troy. They're playing at Troy. Troy's at home. They're an 8.5-point favorite. Coastal Carolina has been the program on there, but the big problem for Coastal Carolina is Grayson McCall, their starting QB. He's out. He won't be playing in this championship game. And Troy's playing at home. And Troy has not lost at home. And I'm thinking that's going to continue. I'm going with the Sharks and the spread. And I think they're going to win by 14. I'm picking Troy to upset Coastal Carolina. Because I used to pick Coastal Carolina to win the championship. But I didn't think Grayson McCall would be out for the year. Bad timing on an injury, but I'm picking Troy to win the Sun Belt. 4 p.m. Eastern. SEC Championship. LSU at number 1, Georgia. Georgia is an 18.5-point favorite. LSU is LSU, up and down. You can't figure out what team's going to show up and win. Georgia wants to get to the championship, wants to get there on a high note, wants to win the SEC for the 2nd year in a row. But they have a tendency to take their foot off the gas. I'm picking Georgia to win the SEC Championship for the 2nd year in a row, but I don't think they're covering that spread. It may only be about 10 points, but they're going to beat LSU and go on. Number 1 seed in the playoffs. Now, the Mountain West Conference Championship. The only one out of all the conference championships I predicted, actually both teams I got right. Fresno State at Boise State. Boise State's a 3-point home favorite. Jake Haener, the last home game that Fresno State had, I thought he was going to have a big game on senior night. He kind of didn't. He kind of Coming back from injury, I'm thinking he was kind of taking it easy. Now you got to travel to Albertson Stadium. You got to play Boise. He has to bring his A game for Boise. Can't even talk. Fresno State to have the chance here. They have to bring their A game. Jake's got to show up. Boise State's defense is much improved, and their offense has been spectacular since they changed the offensive coordinator. I'm going with my original prediction. I'm picking Boise State to beat Fresno to win the Mountain West Conference Championship. I made it at the beginning of the year, and I'm sticking with it. All right, the American Conference Championship. The AAC, American Athletic Conference, the AAC. UCF at Tulane. Tulane is ranked and they're 4-point home favorite. But these two teams met a couple weeks ago. And UCF beat them. Tulane's coming in thinking they got this thing figured out. They literally got players that are saying, call the message boards, they can't wait to get to their bowl game as conference champions. They're already writing off beating UCF, even though UCF beat them 2 weeks ago. I don't like arrogance going into a game like this. I have never liked it. And you know what? I'm going with the Sharks. I'm picking UCF to beat Tulane at Tulane to win the American. In their last year in the Big 12, Gus Malzahn, UCF is going to win the AAC championship. All right, 8 p.m. Eastern. We got 2 games. We have the ACC championship. We have Clemson at North Carolina. Clemson is a 7.5-point favorite. DJ apparently on a short leash. Drake May and North Carolina want to come and improve something, but after getting the break speed off of them, there are some people that have North Carolina as outright winning this game. I don't think that. It's Dabo. If Clemson loses this game, this is one of my other upset specials, though. That North Carolina can pull the upset and beat Clemson because they're both stumbling going into the end here. Both teams on there. Drake May's got something to prove, and he's a freshman All-American. That's not even disputable at this point. But I'm going to pick Clemson to win this. But I don't think it's going to be 7.5. I think this is going to be a field goal game, so they're going to win, but they're not going to cover this. This is going to be down to the wire, folks. And the Big Ten Championship, final game of the night. Purdue at Michigan. Purdue, you are the unfortunate cannon fodder in this thing. Because Michigan's out to prove a point that they want to be the best team in college football. If Georgia stumbles a little bit against LSU, Michigan comes in and beats the brakes off Purdue, they could get the number 1 seed for the college football playoff, which is big for them. Or maybe they want to stay at 2nd seed because 1 plays 4. If Ohio State's 4, that changes things. But we'll see what happens. But I'm picking Michigan's 17-point favorite. I think they're going to cruise to victory, win by 21 or more. The Russian attack is all in on there. They're going to be doing great things. So I'm going to pick Michigan to beat Purdue. So tell me what you think about my predictions here. I'm going to recap them here. I'm picking Ohio to beat Toledo for the MAC. Kansas State to upset TCU for the Big 12 championship. Mexico State in their makeup game beats Valparaiso and becomes bowl eligible. Troy beats Coastal Carolina for the Sun Belt. Georgia beats LSU for the SEC championship. Boise State beats Fresno State for the Mountain West championship. UCF beats Tulane for the American championship. Clemson beats North Carolina for the ACC championship. And Michigan beats Purdue for the Big Ten championship. So let me know down in the comments down below. Tell me what you think about these games and my predictions. What I get right, what I get wrong. We're going to find out throughout the day. Now, we get kind of a break here. We can do a couple of them. The 8 o'clock Eastern games, I'm not going to do those till tomorrow. But we got a break. I can do the 12 games, and then the 3 to 4 games, the big chunk, we'll get all those done one shot. We'll do a couple of them on here. Maybe we'll do split videos and get those done. So thanks, everybody, for watching the video. Please smash the like button. Everybody enjoy some college football. Have a great Saturday. Be safe out there, and please be good to each other.